Welcome to the Nomad Network, your first stop for complete and comprehensive Chicago Bears football coverage. Dive deep into analyses, updates, and all things Bears. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss a beat. Thank you in advance for your support. We promise to bring you the best because together we're unstoppable. Go Bears!
Yo, No Maniacs. Welcome into this live reaction edition of Feed the Bears. I'm your host, Nomad, and I got the Canuck with me. Also, I don't know where Trip is. I haven't heard from him, seen him, nothing. But we are live from Minnesota. We got about to go up here and get this revenge happening right now, man. And I feel good today. I feel good about this game. Got a lot to talk about. I'm going to bring up the injury report very soon here, but without further ado, let me pass it on over to the Canuck over in Canada, see what he does with this alley-oop.
Revenge! Dish best served cold. Meanwhile, I'm snacking on a little something myself. What I got's warm. It's cold in the north, and it's about that time that the Chicago Bears begin on their path to taking the north and never giving it back, as per our GM, Ryan Poles. So we started into this season up against these Minnesota Vikings. Things were a little bit different for them as they were for us. I think it's about that time that we exact some retribution. And few things sweeter than retribution, y'all. So I'm ready to rock and roll. How about you, Nomad?
I am good, man. I feel really, really good today, man. This is how about this? Let me pull up the injury report before we even get going. Give me a second to share my screen. Give me just a second, y'all. Pull it up. Let me open that up a little bit more. If I can I open that more? There we go. Can you see that better?
Yes, sir. So Case Keenum, quarterback, he's out. Jalen Jones, defensive back, is out. Chris Williams on the defensive line is out. All day Walker, wide receiver, is out. And unfortunately as well, TJ Edwards is out. What it do, Nudge? Big shout out to Cloud Chasers Radio. Both y'all in here early. Good to have both y'all. We know the chat will definitely ramp up as we go. But really sad out of all these guys. Chris Williams has been playing really good football as of late. Got to say it. He's one of those overlooked commodities on that defensive line. Unfortunately, he won't be with us today. Same can be said for TJ Edwards, who's kind of been in and out of the lineup all season. There's those days where he's in and he's at TJ Edwards standard, and then there's those days where he's playing hurt. To be frank with you, I'd rather him rest up and get better than attempt to play hurt, because we've seen some of that this year and it wasn't fantastic. So let's see what this looks like. Upsides to me, I don't see Ruben Hippolyte on this list. To me, that means he may get a couple of reps here and there, which would be fantastic. We've been seeing good things out of Mr. Jackson in the linebacker room as well. But I think this is one of them games where Noah Sewell again really makes his impression felt at the MLB spot. And our guy, Tremaine Edmonds, who's been playing lights out football all season long, he continues to do just that.
Yeah, he's playing at a Pro Bowl level. Let's just not even mistake it. He's playing at a straight Pro Bowl level. But the point, what'd you say?
You won't hear me argue with that, man. I was, I razz the man with respect to his contract all the time, but he's come out and he's proven a whole new theory here, and gonna put all kinds of new question marks into what his contract re-signing case scenario gonna look like. Because I don't see these Bears doing anything but re-signing Tremaine Edmonds. It's just a question as to how much and for how long.
He's been such an impact player on that defense. It just like you said, it's just hard to imagine them doing anything but, because when you got that kind of impact on your defense, and he changes a lot just by his mere presence on the field. You know what I mean? Things, I say this all the time. Sometimes you might see a game happen like when safeties, you won't see any numbers or anything that make you think, well, okay, what's this safety done today? If you're one of those box watchers and one of those stat box watchers, you won't get it. You won't get it because there's a lot of things that don't happen during the game because of a mere presence of a single player or two. I was saying the same thing about Kevin Byard. Same exact thing about Kevin Byard. There's a lot of things that don't happen because he's there. You know what I mean? So that I feel like I'm preaching to a dead horse or mule when I say that don't watch stats all the time. Watch the game and watch what happens and what doesn't happen, and then take it from there. You gotta pay attention to those little things that happen, man. So another thing I wanted to point out about Chris Williams, I'm going to assume that he's not playing today because they elevated Dominique Robinson. I'm just going to assume. I don't know that to be a fact, but maybe that is the reason why he's not playing. Otherwise, I don't see why he wouldn't be up and dressed for this one.
That don't make no sense to me.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Why?
Because
you already Don Rob is on the line. He's at the edge. They need help on the edge, and we've lost a couple of bodies on the line as it was.
It makes a lot of sense to me because maybe they go with a faster rotation, a quicker rotation. Maybe they'll play with more edge rushers than they play with tackles today. Something about that. Either Grady Jarrett is back to where he needs to be, or they're bringing Dom Rob up and they plan on using him a lot. Kids, you freeze up? Yeah, I think Kids froze up on me.
I must have froze up. Sorry, y'all. Do you think they play with multiple multiple edge rushers on the line today?
Would not surprise me based on
more than two.
Oh yeah, you got to play with some. Maybe they kick Shoy Inca in the interior and try to get some inside rush from him. I can see many ways of playing this out so that you get the guys that you want on the field. I think they want to go with a speed lineup.
So speed lineup kind of makes sense to me, but man, like this is an interesting conversation, dog, because we're talking about the Minnesota Vikings. Thus far, they're not really a running team, although Aaron Jones works. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets the job done in both capacity. Jordan Mason has had a fantastic season, to my understanding. Did very well against us early into the season, but outside of that, hasn't had a great foray on the ground. Yeah, so maybe the focus is truly in the sky. And let's get it. Let's keep things real here. Aaron Jones might be a bigger threat in the air than he is on the ground. Right.
I think if you look at it this way, kids, I mean, this is probably the simplest way to look at what the game plan might be by sitting Chris Jones and, probably playing with a little more edge rushers, kicking them inside, playing them outside, doing different things like that. Why? Because to this point, that guy, J.J. McCarthy, hasn't proven he can beat anybody from the air. And so I think what they plan to be is very, very disruptive up front and really, really rattle him so that he'll turn that ball over. So he'll do things negatively to affect the game plan. I think they're just going to come after him right out, and they don't think he can beat him in the air.
That makes a lot of sense. So really, you're really focusing on pass rush heavy this time around. You do technically have 3 speed rushers and Montez. This is like I'm saying, this is interesting. So the focus is not really on stopping the run; it's rushing the passer.
Exactly.
We ain't seen that all season. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna put that out there right now. But I am gonna say, if it ain't working, You know what is working? Lining up C.D. Johnson along with those pass rushers. Somebody's going to get to him in that case scenario. It's been working for a couple of weeks going now. So it was really like NASCAR today. You might see a fair amount of sacks.
Oh man, it's going to be an exotic blitz today. It's going to be an exotic blitz day for the Bears, man. I'm telling you, they're going to come after him. And when you're thinking about the Minnesota Vikings, you think about their defense and their exotic blitzes and how many ways that they can come after you like that. Mm-hmm. Not today. I think it's going to be us. I think they're going to reverse roles today. I think the Bears are going to come after him and keep coming after him.
I think you nailed it. Actually, I think you nailed it because if you look back at game one, Brian Flores said, "You know what? Let's just chill. Let's settle down," as the song goes, right? Like he wasn't blitzing nobody. He just kept it. He kept it straight. He fronted like he was going to send 5, but dropped back in most scenarios, which was not to be expected by the Bears. They were really worried or prepared for exotic blitz all day long. And that was like he was like, no, we're not going to do that this time around. We're going to do something different. Ben's expecting this. Let's mess with what their game plan is. So that might be the same case scenario this time around. You might be sort of waiting on how things work. And hey, there's my dude.
What up, though?
What it do?
It's game day, baby. It's game day. That's what's up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir.
What up, no maniacs? What up, everyone? Bear TF down. Closet.
Yeah. And Triple R has entered the chat. Yeah, man. Let's. These are the inactives there, brother. Any thoughts on the inactives thus far?
Jalen, his window's just opening, so not expected.
Jones, not Dotson.
Yeah, Jalen Jones. But the only one that I guess would be somewhat surprising is Chris Williams. Dom Rod back makes him superfluous, like a third nipple. I don't know why he wouldn't be in there.
That's the conversation we were having before you popped in here. It was about why they might have Dom Rob up instead of Chris Williams. I think it's pass rush. They're going to really get after J.J. McCarthy, who's not proven that he can beat any damn body in the air. And so they're going to just chase his ass all over the yard.
I'm with that, but what's Aaron, was it Jones?
Yeah.
Isn't he a thing still up there in Minnesota?
Yeah, he's there. We did a pretty good job throttling his ass last time. I think we'll do the same thing today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Other than that, TJ, he just had hand surgery, and Jade coming back from a concussion. So the inactives, I'm happy to say, in week 11 is very small and indistinguished.
Also, let me point out too, this is how I think they're going to definitely attack us in the wide zone, which has been our run defenses. Probably that's when we have our worst performances, is when teams effectively use the wide zone scheme on us and get out wide and get on the edges. And today is going to be a linebacker cleanup day. Noah and Tremaine they're going to have to really clean things up today and make sure that they can't really make hay on the ground. So expect those two to have a big day today. But I'm telling you, the reason Chris Williams is not in this lineup, they're going to go with extra pass rushers, kick one of those guys or two on the inside and really, really get after this offensive line. With the speed rush, one of those NASCAR packages, expect to see it wouldn't surprise me to see 3 edge rushers at a time on the field.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That will be interesting to see. And I was going to say this now. This is probably one of those weeks where you can potentially get to the quarterback. He's a rookie. Young man has to learn what he's doing in relation to, they're going through a lot of the growing pains that we had been going through over the course of the last year or two, if not 5 or 10. But you know what I mean, with a rookie QB just sort of coming into his own. They're going through all those growing pains right now. Offensive line over there isn't fantastic. this is an opportunity where we might actually be able to successfully rush the passer and get to him in the situation. Now, I also expect to see a couple of breakout runs from the kid, right? I do. That's one of the areas where we have, as a defense, fallen short. Jackson Dart, Tyler Huntley, rushing quarterbacks seem to work against this defense. So I'm sure they'll be very cognizant of this. And my wonder is like, twofold. The first is like, is Tremaine Edmonds going to be doing the spy thing? Will he be 007 this week? And like my second question for the day is like, is Noah Sewell good enough to manage Aaron Jones in the passing game?
Well, let me ask you this, Kez. Now that you bring that up, I noticed that Hungry Hippolyte is active.
Oh, snap.
And Noah Sewell, he didn't have the best game last week. He actually made one of Chef Tripp's Donkeys of the Week, I do believe. And that's not a designation that you want. So, given that you got this turf, you got Hippolyte with all that speed, the possibility that he may get a few more reps as these rookies are starting to get more traction, on the field and within the offense and defenses.
I don't know about all that, but I know this. I'm going to talk about the offense real quick, because just the way I see this, I'm going to stop. I'm really going to stop sitting here and waiting to see the deep passing game open up, because they just haven't attacked down the field, like throw a go route. I haven't seen that game in the game plan at all. I haven't seen it be successful at all. And I don't expect to see it today either. You know what? Because they're going to short game these guys to death. Why? It's because you want to attack that aggressiveness. So screen games, bubble screens, wide receiver screens, running back, option routes, different. DeAndre Swift is the perfect running back for an aggressive front. If you get too aggressive and start getting a little too wild, you just drop that thing off to Swift and make them chase. So this is probably going to be a pretty good game for him. If they dial up the way I think they are, it's going to be short game deluxe.
I think that's how you win this game. I think this is a like one of the biggest things to say. We had a lot of trouble running the football game. A lot of trouble, man. There was virtually nothing getting done on the ground. I don't see that being the situation here today whatsoever. I think they're going to do a whole lot of damage on the ground that these Vikings might not be used to or prepared for. Whether that's DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai, I think damage will be done, and that will be the tale of this football game, right along the lines of what Nomad is saying. Short game, run the ball, and get after the quarterback.
Yeah, so typical strategies to win games.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to execute.
That's it. It's go time, man. Let's get this thing going and see exactly how this pans out. Again, the obvious worries are the obvious worries with respect to our secondary, their attrition, the injuries thereof, and the ability to cover this team's wide receiving core and the pass game to the running back. Like they've got a very nice receiving core. They've got one of the better pass catching backs.
Let me jump out right quick and see what's going on with the YouTube channel. See why we're not streaming, because Paul's saying we're not streaming on the channel. So I'll be right back, man.
Uh-oh. That's interesting. So it looks like we're live on Keds the Canuck. I think I see everything's up and running there.
Okay, yeah, let me check over here at Sports Chicago Style. Let's see if we got let's see, where am I going to click here? Right there. Boom. Yeah, I do not know. So wherever you are tuning in from, whether it be the Nomad Network, whether it be at Kids the Canuck or Sports Chicago Style, hit us up in the chat to let us know if you can see us, I guess. Here we go. Click on there and yeah, listen to me. Yeah, we're good there on Sports Chicago Style.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm looking at the Nomad Network right now. So Nomad Network is not streaming for all intents and purposes. I don't know what that is. We'll give Nomad some time to correct that issue. We are definitely live on the other two channels. Everything seems to be okay. Worst come to worst, please join us right there. And perhaps we'll put a notice in the chat. Worst come to worst, we may have to start the feed over right at game time. So stay tuned. You may have to click on another link to get in, but we'll direct you as that's concerned as we go.
Yeah, right on Paul. He's watching on Sports Chicago Style. Good looking. I see you seeing me, seeing you. Yeah. So it's almost game time as we got Strahan and Greg Olson and Howie Mandel, not Howie Mandel, Howie Long and Kurt Menefee. You know, they're talking about the game. Let's see, and they're doing all the betting stuff, which is totally integrated into the game nowadays. You know, hey, who are you picking? All right, let's put those wagers down. Not you players. Okay, not you current players, because you former players is fine.
Yeah,
very slippery slope, kids. Very slippery slope.
Yeah, apparently Jameson Williams likes to slip. Right
on down that slope.
Oh man, okay, yeah. So you're all right. I got my parlays in today. I did. No love to BetMGM because y'all mess with me today. Just putting it out there. You have to be forthwith BetMGM. Put the correct information out in front of your patrons. Your client facing information is lacking and may result in some sort of litigation down the road. So yeah. Just a little customer service tip to the folks at BetMGM.
So you got to chill.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, put my parlay in, relatively straightforward and simple. I think it's definitely an achievable one. Ain't crazy, but if what I assume will go down goes down, we good. Big shout outs to FFG and Mr. Mayhem who just jumped in here. Big ups to both of y'all.
Yeah, kids. You got any players in today's game on your Superflex team?
I'm not playing my guys today. So today I've got Colston Loveland. I've also got Kamanon Guy on both of my Superflex teams. I am not playing either one. I do expect a fair amount of output from Kamanon Guy. I just happen to have a couple of better options in front of him in my personal running back room, and that's the only reason why he's not playing today. I also have Travis Kelce in front of Colston Loveland. So again, we'll see how well either one of those particular players does today. I do expect some sort of impact from both. One more time, I don't think this Vikings team is quite aware of what our run game can look like and has evolved into over the course of this season. So I think that's going to be a major differentiator with regards.
Well, and couple that to what Nomad was talking about with deep shots. Maybe not just your straight go routes, but play action deep shots. The Vikings are going to be selling out, so the opportunity is going to be there.
So he did mention that, didn't he?
He said play action. I thought just straight 9 go route.
So remember remember last week don't be surprised if we see a little bit of that from good old LB3 today.
So really quick, let me say something. I think I messed up. I think I messed up because when I set the show up, I went back to YouTube Studio and I saw 2 streams, and I thought that I did something wrong. But YouTube, I guess, changed their formatting, so they'll set up 2 separate streams for whatever reason they're doing it for. But to me, it looked like a mistake that I made, so I deleted one of the streams, and one of the streams must have been YouTube.
Exact same thing that happened to me with Superflex this past Tuesday. I uploaded another representation of that show after the show. I don't know if you want to close this show out.
That's exactly what we're going to have to
reissue it.
That's exactly. Give us, No Maniac, give us about, it'll take me probably 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 10 to get us back live, but y'all hang in there. I'm gonna do another show. It's gonna be the same exact thing, but you're gonna have to start a new live so we make sure we
why don't we do that? So TikTok, let's go.
I mean, chill out, man. We got it. Just let everybody know. So just hang on in there and look for this new stream and jump right back in there with us.
Can we continue on this stream while you set it up?
That wouldn't be smart, I don't think.
All right, No Maniacs. We're gonna end the pregame here now. Give us a couple minutes to light up the official game watch, and we will be live with you momentarily.
Be right back, guys. This intro is gonna play out, but we'll be right back.